Hi guys, welcome to the show. I've got a special interview today. We've got Jesper Lindbergh of Swedish cinematic metal band Sarayasign. How you doing, mate? You all
I'm
right?
really good. Yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Like we just said before, we come on. Been at least two or three interviews we've had, updates on the band. Man, you know how much I think of you guys. From the second I heard you, I was just blown away by your music, and it's really cool to have you back.
Yeah. I've been dying to talk to you about the new stuff. It's a period you have when you can't really say anything. And now when the cat is out of the bag, you can start to
Oh
talk
yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, listen, let's just go from the start. Of course, we're thrown. If anyone doesn't had heard of Soraya Sign, but you are a big deal, I think, in the melodic rock and metal world. We've had two albums with quick succession, didn't we? We had Throne of Gold, which was the debut album in 2022. Then
Hmm.
Lions Road the next year, which is unusual for bands to bring out albums the next year. Like old
Yeah.
times, mate. That's like the 80s. That is year
Yeah.
after year. In 2023, The Lions Road. And now, 2 years later, we've got Shadows of the Dying Light, the third installment in the
Yeah.
Soraya
Yeah.
Sign saga. Let me ask you, mate, it's come out on October the 31st, yeah,
Yes.
the album. Was that on purpose, Halloween? Was Halloween on purpose? Was it a
I
date that
think
was.
now I think they wanted our label wanted something for the Christmas fans, right? So at the end of the year, but we didn't want to have it in the start of the next year because we have some other things planned. But I think it was a good. And I'm a little frustrating because a lot of these pages online are going through, the best albums of the year, and our stuff isn't out yet.
Yeah, I know that. To tell you the truth, mate. I mean, you follow me. I'm sure I know you comment on some of my
Yeah,
videos and that, but
yeah,
yeah, it's difficult because I only listen to new music as when I can, and yeah, when you get
yeah.
albums towards the end of the year,
Mhm.
it can get a bit like that because it takes a bit of time to get used to albums, and there's a lot
Yeah,
to digest in a Soraya Sign album,
yeah.
especially.
Mm, mm,
There's a lot to unpack. Um,
mm.
but I mean, I've heard the album, so I've got plenty of time to think about my albums of the year. And man, we will talk about the album. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the new label. You're with Black Lodge Records now.
Yes. Um, and for us, it's become almost like full circle. When we did the first album, that album was distributed through Sound Pollution distribution,
Yeah.
and Sound Pollution actually owns their own label called Black Lodge.
Ah,
So we're back with Johan Haller and these beautiful guys in Stockholm that believes in us. So it feels good.
good move. I mean, yeah, you was obviously Frontiers was the second record. Now you with Black Lodge.
Mm, mm.
Um, I'm so excited for you, man. I mean, I know it seems like it's like since you've been away a long time, but it is literally a couple of years only.
Yeah, yeah,
So obviously the first two albums critically acclaimed. I mean, if you look at your reviews across all the sites,
yeah.
all positive reviews about you guys and well deserved. Like I said, I've heard the new album, and look, I just want to let everyone know now it's amazing. It is absolutely from start to finish. We've got 12 tracks of brilliance. Honestly, Soraya Sign fans should be so excited to hear it. Your What can you say? What can the fans expect from the new album?
Um, of course, it's the third chapter in our saga, so you're going to be able to experience chapter 5 and 6 of the story. Um, Production-wise, uh, we're still working with the same brilliant people who did the last record.
Mm.
So Jakob Hansen is at the helm of the mastering and mixing side of things, and the drum recording and drum production, I should say, was done by Jakob Hermann at Top Floor Studios in Gothenburg, and he had me work, man, on the drum. Uh, I think what people should expect is just that we continue in what we started. but as we've been cleared from the start, that we never wanted to just find a sound and copying ourselves. It's all about growth and have a progression as a band for us. So this time the vision is still as clear as it was when we started, but this time around we wanted to make it maybe a little bit more breathable, a little bit more leave a little bit more headroom for the room mics and the drums, and just make it sound even bigger if it can. And I think the punchiness and the separation that Jakob Hansen managed to somehow use his wizardry this time. I don't know how we did it, because when you send an album to a mixing guy, you usually get, I think we have 5 revisions, right? So we send all the stems. Here's a bag with files, and he needs to do a mix out of that. And I think 8 songs on the album he nailed on the first try, so we had nothing to add to it. But he's been talking a lot to me about how we heard things, and letting him know our vision of the story and how we wanted it to be, have that that meat, that heaviness without it being metal. It needs to be melodic and breathable, and you need to hear keyboards and voices and vocals and choirs and all this stuff.
Well, there's definitely, I mean, there's plenty of heavy moments on it, but as always, just let me tell Sarayasign fans now, I mean, it's definitely Sarayasign, but like you said, it's almost like there's a growth there, like there was from the first album to the second one, and now you got it again. And production wise, I've got to say again, I mean, man, I mean, it sounds huge. I mean, the first song, which I do want to talk about a bit later on, but the first song on the album, it's like you get obviously the beautiful music that Sarayasign do, those little intricate, those little things in between, if you like, that join the songs. There's lots of those little bits to join the story, if you like. But when you guys kick in, when you all kick in on that first song, oh man, goosebumps, honestly, amazing stuff.
Wow.
It sounds huge. It's not just I mean, the songwriting's amazing, man. You are the songwriter. I've always appreciated songwriting. For me, is the main thing about a band. It's not, it's not about how technically brilliant they are, although you guys all are. It's the songwriting, and that's always been top notch. But along with that, the best production you can get. I mean, man, it sounds huge. You need to stick with Jakob Hansen for the rest of the time.
We don't have any plans to use anyone else. We have a tight little knit team that is working with the band. Joel is doing all the visuals. Daniel Ek is doing all the drawing and the cover arts and the logos and stuff. And these guys are doing the things that I'm not doing in my studio. They are doing. So I record and I edit and everything and do everything here, and Stefan records all his vocals in a studio in Stockholm, and then these other 2 are almost like 2 other members of the band. So
I was going to say,
and it's important not to let go of that, because they need to. It's very easy it's really easy to get a good sound these days, but when it comes to drums and vocals, you need to have the good rooms, and you have those ears of Jakob Hansen, all these years of experience he has. I just love the guy. I think he took what we had and just made it gold. I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes we listen to bands that self-produce quite a bit. There's a lot of bands that do self-produce with whatever technical stuff they've got that they have in their room or whatever. But I mean, that you can tell it's just one step further. That extra little bit of quality, that Jakob brings to the sound of the band, and and he, like he said, he brings out the beauty in the beautiful parts and the heaviness in the heavy parts. it's just so dynamic. A
And
Sarayasign record.
also, I need to name Jakob Hermann at Top Floor in Gothenburg, because if you don't have a good drum sound on a hard rock album, you kind of loses like
I agree.
70% of the whole
Yeah.
experience. So he's been incredible. His knowledge in tuning drums and setting up the room mics, and he's just a wizard to me. I've never heard myself in a drum sound like this before. It's crazy to me.
No, that's brilliant, mate. That's
Yeah.
absolutely superb. I was going to actually ask if you've done anything differently as far as the recording of it. You said that Stefan recorded his vocals
Yeah.
separate. The reason I'm asking is because I think I said to you on a message, like setting up this interview, it almost said, even though there was no lack of energy in the other two albums at all, it almost like there's an extra bit. Like
Yeah.
when you get a band playing together live, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It almost
Yeah.
feels like there's an energy with the band. Like
Yeah.
it may be the new songs, it may be like you've had a 2 year gap. I don't know, but it feels like
Yeah.
there's an extra bit of momentum with the band to me.
For us, it's let's do this in parts, because I'm going to answer your question. But I think we as a band have really come together as a band now.
Yeah.
The Lions Road for us was the start signal or whatever when we became a band.
Yeah.
But now we kind of grown into it more, and I think us being given a chance by a beautiful new record label, we really wanted them to like, oh wow. So we've bled on this one. But we did some things different. We didn't copy the way the drums were recorded. I think we used even more room mics this time around. I had bigger size drums this time around. I went old school, so I had a 24-inch bass drum, and then I had like a weird configuration. So I had 14-inch snare, and then I had 13, 15, 16, and 18-inch floor tom. So it's all like big drums.
Yeah,
and a lot of cymbals. And I think guitar-wise, we changed it up a bit. On the last record, we used my custom ML3 Chapman guitar, who has a Henchman mic, which is a little bit more maybe a fuzzy distortion. And this time around, we used my custom Moser guitar with I'm going to show you with
I like a guitar. Oh, nice.
With these custom bare knuckle mics, and that made it so the rhythm guitar sound is a little bit more. It has better separation. So if you dig in a huge chord, for example, some guitars or some the amps in the guitar or the mics that you put in, the pickups, they tend to, let's say you do a big chord through all the 6 strings, you kind of lose 2 or 3 of the strings that you don't hear, because the pickups doesn't have the good separation. But these polymath mics or polymath pickups that we use now has a way better separation. And we dialed back the distortion a bit, and we added distortion on the bass instead to have more clearness in the guitar.
The guitar sounds amazing, man. Of course, you said the lineup's the same. So you got Peter on the guitar, you got Daniel on the bass, obviously. So I mean, every instrument, man, it really cuts through nice. The sound of this album and the playing. I mean, Peter sounds like he's really settled in. He really did bring something to the second album. I think, we spoke about that, the Lions Road. He really brought that extra bit of groove, I think, and play it to the band, and you can really feel that on this album as well. Great guitar solos and rhythm. Man, I mean, you said about the guitar sound. there's a few odd times during some of these songs where you get a real cool chug as well, and it sounds really nice, really nice.
It's a weird thing. Maybe people haven't thought about it that much, but me and Peter actually split the rhythm guitars between us. So the last album we did, he did 5 songs and I did 5. And this time around, I did 7 and he did 5 because he wanted to focus on since he's writing all the solos.
Yeah.
And he puts a lot of time getting every note where it should be. But the funny thing is that him and me play rhythm guitar crazy similar. So we're even sharing songs when we do different parts, but you can't really hear the difference. So it's good.
Yeah, amazing stuff. I mean, man, some of them solos. I mean, there is a song which, you know, I will mention again. It's one of my favorite tracks on the album. He writes a solo like, you know, like you're meant to, like they were written. You know, they were written like almost like a song itself, where it's so memorable. And he's such a clever guitar writer as well. You know, melody, amazing stuff. So. And let's not forget Daniel, of course, on the bass. I mean, we haven't even mentioned Stefan yet. Obviously, I mean, it goes without saying with Stefan's vocals, but this, you know, there's some real stomp to this as well with Daniel's playing. He sounds amazing on this as well. He really does.
I think Daniel is that stable backbone that you need, because I think him and me really found the rhythm section is even more glued together now. It feels like, and he also helps with a lot of the intricate string arrangements, some Hammond organs and pianos and stuff. So yeah,
very nice, very nice. So let's talk about the new single. So it's coming out this Friday. This interview should be, you know, it should be out there before the single comes out. I'm hoping it is. So One Last Cry is the first single. You've teased a little bit on Facebook and stuff. It's an amazing song, by the way. I am going to do a review / reaction to it when it comes out as well. But what made you choose that as the first single? What made that pop for you to choose that one?
Maybe it's a little bit controversial from the normal approach you should have when you're picking a single. We've chosen 2 songs that is directly linked to the last 3 videos we did. So the story is continuing where Stefan ends up meeting the flying Sandman in the Ever Dying Night video. In this song, in the video, his journey starts in that very tempo. So it's a continuation of what we did 2 years ago. But the song also, I think, is something to, you know, for all those people losing hope about the world and losing hope about humanity and all things. It's a very clear message that there's always room for one last cry, right?
Definitely, mate. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of that going on in the world right now. We won't go into that. We could talk all night. Before I get on to, it's a great single, by the way, and a great performance by Stefan. So before I want to talk about my favorite tracks, I want to give a shout out to Stefan, man. I mean, I've been making some notes with my review. I've listened to the album twice now. And he just never ceases to amaze me, man. The power. I mean, is he getting younger?
I don't know how he
younger. Or what's going on? Was he getting younger as he gets older?
There's a movie that stars the Brad Pitt.
Oh yeah, Benjamin. I know.
Benjamin Button. That's Stefan's vocal cords. I have no idea how he does it. And the weird thing is that Stefan has done so many beautiful things throughout his career as a vocalist, but something added to that when I started working with him, and he just roamed free. Let's just say I have no idea how he does what he's doing. I have no idea, but it's good.
I mean, if anyone, you know, hasn't heard Sarayasign the band. I'm sure they have if they're watching this interview. But I mean, if you know, he's like a cross between some of my favorite vocalists I've ever known. With having his own stamp on it as well. He's got a little bit of Dio. He's got a little bit of Lou Gramm, I would say, a little bit of David Coverdale, a little bit of Jon Londe. I mean, he's got everything, man. But he's got that. I noticed there's some real cool touches on the album where there's some really soft stuff he's doing, you know, on the quieter moments, and then he sounds even more powerful than he ever has. So I mean, unbelievable vocal performance by Stefan.
What I think about, what I like about Stefan is that he has a lot of let's say different IDs in his voice. He can do these calm, lower registry things without it having to sound like it's tension in the throat. It's just really soft and beautiful. And then he does those upper echelon types things and all things in between. But I think he's one of those guys who grew up with all the names you said. And I know he had a soft spot for Tony Martin when he did the Black Sabbath, the Headless Cross, and the Tyr album.
I can hear that.
So but he's one thing that amazes me with Stefan is that I think every time I work with him, he tends to take it even further, and he leaps off that edge and tries things, and I'm like, can't you do? Oh, maybe I can't do that, and he can if he wants to. So it's good.
I mean, he's one of them vocalists that you can try to sing along. You know, when you're in your car or whatever, you just can't get. I can't get there, man. I'm like, I don't stand a chance.
I've tried in the shower a few times, but it can't be done.
Amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. He's got to be up there with like the best. You know, I mean, he definitely is. Amazing stuff. You know, we've got some great vocalists now, man. You know, we've lost obviously some. We've lost Dio and and David Coverdale isn't about any more singing, but it's great to have, I know Stefan's not young, but it's great to have vocalists like that who've got so much power still, along with like Dino Chalusic and people like that. I put him up there with the best. So amazing stuff.
I think also I just need to say something in the previous question that we did something different, and this regards to vocals, since we're talking about Stefan. On the last album, we had a lady called Olivia Thorne who did the backing vocals and upper registry stuff together with Stefan. And this time around, we have a young lady, a dear friend of mine that I've known forever, called Henrik Johansson. He has a daughter called Stella Larsson, who, when she started working on this album, she was 16. Wow. And at 16, she could belt out a four octave F sharp or something with the chest voice. And now she's 17, so she's doing a lot of layering and choirs together with Stefan. And since the story requires the presence of a daughter in the story, she's taking her place and doing a lot more. There's a lot more female presence in the choirs.
I was going to say it gives that choir-like sound to the band, and the even more cinematic sound, if you like. And I mean, you can really hear her, especially strong on the single, for instance. On the chorus of the single, very strong. So great addition to the band. Yeah, absolutely amazing, man. Even it makes it more epic. Even more epic than it is already. And
there's something about having a female presence in the choirs. It's almost like an angel presence. Yeah. Sort of, it's more divine sounding.
Yeah. No, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah. Brilliant stuff. Before I get on to my favourite songs on the album, I just want to say, obviously you've done live shows now, haven't you? You perform live as a band. Yeah. So the band. The band is such a huge sound, cinematically, if you like. There's so much going on. How difficult is it to transfer your sound to the live situation?
I would say, and this might sound controversial, a lot of bands are doing it not the way that we are doing it, because a lot of bands have too much backing tracks, and they have too much vocals and guitars and stuff already recorded. The way we did it is that we're playing drums, guitar, bass, and vocals live, and the choirs that are between Stella's top harmony and Stefan's lead, we have in the backing tracks just to fill out that gap. And all the keyboards and loops and atmospheric stuff, it is there too, but at a lower volume, just to make it a little bit more thick. Because if we mute that, it's not the same anymore. You need to have that.
No, I mean, to tell you the truth, I mean that is not. I know that we can't accept people miming and stuff like that. I could talk to you about, I mean, all this all day as well. It's another controversial thing in rock and metal, obviously.
Yeah.
But the bands have been doing this, just that sort of thing for effects for years. Queensryche, for instance, on their Rage for All the tour were using that. Queen had to use parts like that. Bohemian Rhapsody. Remember Bohemian Rhapsody when they, with the choir part of that, they had to. So you're doing all the other stuff live. But I was, you got such a big sound. You'd need about 15 of you out there doing it to get that sound.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but for us it worked really well. We did it on the first gig, and we're going to do it the same. We have a release party planned for the album on the 1st of November at the same joint that we played last time, and it works really well. And even in the solo parts where Peter has a solo, we have the rhythm guitar tracks just dialed down together with the bass to get that hump behind the solo, because if it's only drums, bass, and a guitar solo, it's not that fun. So we try to do it as organically as we can, but we need to have those sounds need to be there, because we associate those sounds with the songs, right?
Well, you're not. You're a band like that. You're a big sounding band.
Yeah,
that sort of thing works for Van Halen, didn't it? Because there was one guitar in the studio as well. There was never a rhythm guitar, so it works. So I just wanted. I'd love, man. I know you've not done many gigs, but of course I'll be there as soon as you come over here. You know that in the UK, then I'll be there. So I can't wait to see you guys. Let's get on to the new album quickly. So man, I am blown away. I'm going to give a full review to let everyone know every single track I've made, because sometimes if I listen to an album a couple of times, a new album, I might not talk about all the tracks because they might not be all hit home as much. Every track I've got notes for, but I scored, because I put scores to them because I'm a bit strange. But I've scored 4 songs, like the highest out of the whole album, so I'll let you know what they are, and you could tell me a little bit about the song. So the first track especially, man, that first track, what an opener. Worlds Apart, Shadowlands, amazing song, first song on the album. And this is where it really hit me, because I think it might be, obviously it's the first track, so it's the first time I've heard the new album. You got the little intro at the beginning, and when you guys came in, I said goosebumps already. I did. I was like, man, they're back. It's only been a couple of years, but they're back. That's an amazing first track. It's an amazing opener, maybe the best one that you've done across the albums. Is that one of your favorites?
Different songs have different meaning to me, since I have them linked to a story. But as a track, I think there's a few tracks on the album, and I can comment as we go along, but I don't think we've done this song before. So that's new for us. And I when I was writing that song, I was searching for the same feeling that I felt when I listened to I Don't Believe in Love with Queensryche the first time.
Oh yeah.
So I tried to do it's a little bit, the song melodies, especially in the verses, are clearly has some influence from Jeff Tate, and the way he goes between notes, almost like a ghostly type of thing.
Yeah.
And I think we needed that song for sure to set the tone for the album, because it was never a debate between us four which one should be the opener.
It's a huge song. It is a great
Yeah,
opener, man.
Yeah.
It really does. And I was thinking, this really does, sum up the band as well. But that extra little bit is just given on that track, man, and you can feel the energy on that song.
The cool thing you mentioned in somewhere when you did a review or something, that we have those small clever bits that we sprinkle all over the tracks, and this feels like a straightforward arena rocker, right, in the beginning.
It does,
and then it takes a little turn, and then there's these odd weird things before you go back again, and it's like
it's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
The next one of my favorite tracks is the title track, Shadows of the Dying Light.
Man. Oh wow.
Oh, it's a bit of a longer track, bit of an epic track, obviously. Yeah. But man, that's a great song as well. Just a huge title track should be great, shouldn't they? It's the name of the album.
There's a lot of there's I don't think there's a song by Dio called "All the Fools Sailed Away."
Oh yeah. And
if that track hadn't been recorded, this song I never would have written this song, because it has the same kind of vibe. It's a lot of kind of Dio-ish is in that power thing in the verse, and
Oh man, you're getting everyone excited, talking about stuff like that. So it's really cool that you mentioned Queensryche then. I mean, I've mentioned on Rage for Order there, but the next track, I really felt like I heard some Queensryche influence, and it's almost a minor key riffs in a couple of riffs, especially the first riff, and that's the Wanderer. I love
that's so cool, because when oh wow, on the last record we had an epic kind of ballad. We often tend to find ourselves in ballad territory without it being actually a ballad, but we want to promote the same emotional punch as you get in a sad film or a sad ballad, but you need to have it more epic. We find ourselves there all the time, and on the last record we wrote a song called "The Way Back," and when me and Stefan did that chorus, both of us teared up, and I did the same when I found the Wanderer chorus. So I was like, I need to record this.
Man, it's such a cool track, and when the first time I heard it, I thought, that really gives me some Queensryche vibes, and but there's nothing wrong with that. That is superb. It's really funny there where you mentioned that, you go into ballad territory, because when I listened to the album first time round, I got to this next track, and I didn't know if I heard it. There was, like you said, there was a couple of songs that were probably ballad territory, but maybe a little bit too heavy to actually call an out ballad. But then we actually do get an out ballad. Oh man, it could be my favorite one from Coming Home. It's amazing, isn't it? It's
I think it's a worthy follow-up to If Only for a Moment and Love Will Burn.
Well, you know what? If Only for a Moment is such a special song to me, because there's something about that song. It's probably the unpredictable. There's a bit of an odd time signature there, haven't you, where it kicks in and stuff like that. But it's quite emotional as well. But I think this song even topped it. I mean, I don't want to say that it's better than it, but first time round, I was like, man, that is a special ballad. That is, and like you said, we get hints of sort of ballad territory throughout the album, but then we get to track, I think it's track 9, which is Coming Home, and I was like, man, that is real emotion, and that gives Stefan the chance to really belt out his vocals, and of course, what a solo, man, from Peter.
And it also for us, we had a few ballads or at least ideas to ballads written for this album, and we thought that we wanted to have at least one real ballad, right, on the album. But I'm glad we chose this one because it's a beautiful lyrics, and it has all the clever parts that you would expect from a Sarayasign ballad, I think.
Yeah.
There's an a cappella thing at the end and some stuff going around. Yeah.
It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And it's quite, I mean, I'm not sure exactly how long the album is actually. It's 12 tracks, but it flew by listening to it both times.
I think it's somewhere around 70 minutes.
Yeah, it's quite a long album, but man, let me tell you, I mean, it's all action, it really is.
Yeah.
And of course we get, I mean, I haven't mentioned it as one of my favorites, but of course it probably takes a few more listens, but we get the last track, we get the third part of Throne of Gold.
Yeah.
Epic closer. It's about 8 or 9 minutes long, I think it is this time along.
Yeah.
Amazing song to end in the album as well. Real epic. Lots of twists and turns in this one as well. You got the fast part, haven't you, in the middle? I love the fast part because it almost
there's even some double bass drums in that tracks also.
It takes plenty of look, I suppose it's the most, you could say it's the most proggy song. It's got some twists and turns. But I love the way it does those twists and turns, all the light and shade throughout the album, not just that song. It's just what a song to end on. I mean, I've loved all the last tracks, your epics on the end, and this one is just as good as the others. Amazing stuff.
Yeah. There's a funny thing about that. There's an old song on an old Magnum album. I don't know what the album is called, but is it they sing something "Too Old to Die Young" or something, like a part of the song?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that verse is clearly inspired by that song.
It's amazing. What a way to end the album, man. I mean, before we go, I just want to say, to all the people watching this who are excited about the new album, you should be. You should be excited. It's just, again, somehow you found a step up, and you've got such a distinctive sound as well, Sarayasign. I mean, we've mentioned influences on here, haven't we? We've mentioned Dio, we've mentioned Queensryche. Yeah. Probably the closest for me is, I think you mentioned this in your promotions, that the Alan Londe projects are quite, that sort of cinematic, almost proggy sort of, massive sound that they have, them albums, especially the first two. But you definitely have got your own sound, and Sarayasign fans, you're going to be happy. Believe me.
I think also that fans should expect to recognize the band, but I think there's a few songs that I think we haven't done before. Watching It Burn Away, for example, the third track. I don't think we've done that. We're trying some new things also.
It's difficult though, isn't it? Because you don't want to go and do something so left field that the fans think, what the hell are you doing? You need the Sarayasign sound, but just adding those little elements are really important. I think you've captured that on this record. Amazing stuff, man. And of course, this is part 3 of 4 albums.
Yeah, for this story. There's more things coming after the 4th one, but we're closing this story about the 32 runes and him ultimately saving his love in the underworld, or the soul of his lost love, and the daughter and all that. So we're closing that story on the 4th album, but I'm writing more and testing different things in the same universe. So it's gonna be a lot of music.
I don't know how you do it. And the level of songwriting. Anyone, I suppose, can write a lot, but it's got to be good songwriting, And I don't know. I don't know how you do it. The songwriting is amazing. So have you got it in your mind? Because I know you like to plan things out. So are you thinking like that? Obviously, October the 31st. The whole album is being released. I know you got 2 singles leading up to the album release. then you're going to have a
Yeah.
single on the day of release, if you like.
Yeah.
One come out on the day of release. But what about? Are you already thinking about when the fourth album is going to be with us?
Yeah.
Of course you are.
The story is written. I have maybe 5 or 6 not ideas, but developed, say 6, 7, 80% done songs for the new record, but it also needs to fit with the story. This album has reached one of the darker points before the whatever happens on the next one, if it's going to be good or if it's going to be bad, you don't know. But I think I have a lot of ideas, but this time around I'm gonna pause myself writing wise to be able to appreciate the release of the album and just how you say be grateful for what we accomplished and try to summon some energy from that, and then return here with some newfound energy and just see where it takes me when I'm not in the Saraya headspace 24/7, sitting here and listening to stuff. but it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Without a doubt, mate. Any last words to the guys who are going to be picking this album up?
Yeah, I think there's some things that I would like to address, and the first one is that throughout the years we've been receiving a lot of questions about why these albums are not available on vinyl. So Shadows of the Dying Light is going to be available in 4 formats. So it's going to be a normal jewel case, the digi file, when you open it with the map and the stuff. And then you're going to have a turquoise black see-through vinyl and a black vinyl.
Nice.
And we're finally getting Throne of Gold on vinyl also. So it's going to be a black vinyl and a gold vinyl.
Very nice. And vinyl, you can't beat it, man. I've just got a record player this year. My missus bought me one for my birthday. It's my birthday today, by the way.
Happy birthday! so I told you that I will be sending you something. So it's going to be a late birthday present.
No, man, honestly, you've already sent. You could see I've already had stuff sent to me from you. So there's
but I need to hook you up, man.
But no, there's nothing like vinyl. I'm telling you, she got me early. I've had it a couple of months and been trying to collect some old albums and stuff that I used to have. And there's something about it. I mean, I know that people say, "Oh, there's something about the sound," but there is. There's something special about it. I mean, in the world where we're just shuffling all the time, hundreds of bands, it's nice to put an album on and just listen to one band, and just sit back and relax, And
on a more serious note, for me personally, there is something with that I've been dying to accomplish ever since I was a little guy. And I remember when I was 12 years old, and Per Fontander, a guy, he sent there was a hard rock radio show every Thursday at 19 in the evening or something. We didn't have internet, we didn't have nothing, so either you go to a record store or you heard these reports on the radio show. And I always wanted to have my recording featured on a vinyl, and now 48 years later it's happening, so it's good.
Amazing. Amazing, man. Yeah, I've got to say, there is nothing like it, and I'm really proud, to say you must be proud, and I'm really happy for you, man. I mean, I've been blown away since 2022 when you sent me that, just to have a listen to this. I think I even said to you, like, I didn't get a chance to listen to it for a week or so, and then I was like, man, this is my new favorite band. They are just, and anyone should listen to you, and you really deserve everything that's coming to you. And I'm really glad you're getting vinyls out there as well, because that is something special. That really is. So that's cool.
Something that needs to be said also, and I think this is almost like a message to the music industry as it is today, that the labels and all the promoters and the booking agencies and all these entities really need to give new bands a chance, because there's all those bands that we cling and latch on to because we are so nostalgic, right? And you can't do, when you've done the 50th Best of Whitesnake album, and you know these guys are not going to play live for so many more years. You need to bring new bands along, because otherwise the genre is going to die, and that's a really sad. That's a really sad thought. But we're trying to do it as close as the real thing. That's like however you recorded an album way back and mix it with the new things in the studio. But I think they need to give new bands a chance, really.
Yeah. Because I mean, I think we're all sensible enough, or most people are saying that. I don't think a lot of people are, but to know that just because you put out music, people still believe because you put out music, that's your job, and you've got enough money to do it. You know, we're not in that day and age anymore, and that's why there's meet and greets. That's why there's, you know, it has to be vinyl sold, and CDs are important, you know, and gigging as well, shows, because that's where the money comes from. Nothing comes from streaming any. We know that, don't we? Nothing. You don't get any money.
Yeah, and we're bands are literally bleeding money, because some fun facts. Doing an album at the level that we did now is so. In what is this in pounds? I need to find this in pounds. Hold on a second. So UK. Okay, so euros. So it costs us. Hold on a second. It costs us about 15,000 euros to just record the album.
Wow.
And then there's another maybe 8 or 10,000 euros for the videos. So that's just something to think about. And I'm not saying that we're doing this because it's our dream, but it's not like it was in the 80s.
No.
It's an uphill climb.
Yeah.
And you can easily blow off the edge.
Oh, mate, yeah, listen, there's bands that, you know, I hear about all the time that are just not going anymore, but just because they can't afford to tour, or they can't afford to bring music out, and they just go, and they're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant, but it's just the way of the world, mate. But anyway.
But I think it should never be about money. It should be about the passion and love for music.
Yes.
But nothing comes for free today. It's just something that's a reality. No.
So I urge all you Sarayasign fans, I'm telling you now, this is, you know, okay, you might stream this, but also, you know, even are you doing a download? Are you doing a chargeable download as well? Or is it
yeah.
So, you know, even that helps, doesn't it? More than the
definitely
Spotify or whatever. But totally recommend this album. Everyone who's listened to this, I think it's the best album so far. I've only heard it twice though, so you know it's quite difficult. There's a lot to unpack with Sarayasign, of course, but it's a huge sounding album, brilliantly written. I get excited about what other people are going to say about it. I'm like, you know, when I get to hear an album early, I'm like, I can't wait to hear, you know, because you've got people that follow my channel that have been following you since I put my first reaction up, and then they're like, can't wait to hear it, and I can't wait to hear those guys and what they think of the album as well. It's brilliant.
For me, it's a blend between excitement and pure anxiety. Because I know all the critics got their hands on the album this week.
Yes.
So now I'm like waiting, taking cover. The most important things is that we tried our best, and I think the guys and girls who liked the two previous albums are going to like this for sure.
They are, definitely. That's for sure. Man, it's been such a pleasure as normal. We are going to we're going to catch up again for sure. You know, maybe take a bit of time, relax, and enjoy the release, like you said you're going to do, and we'll probably catch up again. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks for taking time out of your busy writing schedule. All right.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon, man. Everyone below.
Have a good one.
How excited is everyone about the album? Put it in the comments below, and I'll see you soon. Quick thumbnail, man. Can I have the horns for you? All right. Go. Yeah.